hestejoe. Actually a bit of a go here. Well,
yeah, okay.
hestejoe pops the verify. In fact, bringing Solitude down low. Pablo taking the tower hits, but they get away with it. hestejoe's down.
And Secret well, there we go. Pablo behind enemy lines.
Energy his teammate to try and swing this lane back. So bottom lane, this is going to be where Horde look to get something done instead with the setup on to Rise. He's down. So Horde, I kind of like this. You know, they realize the mid lane. It's going to be hard to contest an ogre. Pablo, he's got to look out to play it safe out of this one. Ace wrapping around as well. They've got 4 here. Pablo, I don't think he can get himself out. He'll look to try and bring down the courier with him, but he hasn't quite got the damage. So Imperial, they will react to that one, and they will punish Pablo for his presence.
The jungle freely, and that is going to hurt their timing. Arrow's going to come in.
Oh, bit of a mess up on the timing. Now Imperial looking for the turnaround, going in onto Xcalibur, slowing him down, bashing him out, and he's gone. Babyknight, though, may pay for his sins. One more touch from Pablo will do it, but the Fairy Fire's been put, and Babyknight turns it around there. Imperial get the 2 kills in the mid lane, and Horde's aggression this time will be punished severely. Around the mid lane, he would be ideal. Ake to lead the way, sets down another ward.
Hestejoe's going to spot this. Yeah.
Indeed, he knows that something's going on. He'll start for a bit of a lead onto Ake, immediately using the lasso to drag him back. Babyknight's there as well. Ake taking huge amounts of damage. That's unlikely going to be any way that he can survive himself through this one. He's got the magic immunity, but the right clicks come through. Imperial take down Ake. And they did get those 2 deep wards down, Horde. We'll see if Imperial are going to be aware that that indeed was the plan, and may even be able to get the D wards out as well. Bottom lane, Imperial as well, putting a lot of pressure. Rise, ready to lead in. Noir, going to have the initial stun to buy them time. Eclipse as well, and the Lucid Beam to do it. In fact, they don't even need to need the Lucid. Luna's still got it, so they could try and look to burst down something more. Horde now turning up to contest this. Imperial have Ace immediately going to go for the TP, and he's going to get out. Good silence there to make sure no extra damage is laid down onto the Luna. Noir might be the one to pay for this, though, as Horde did bring in the full cavalry. They'll get a kill out of it. But at the end of the day, it's Imperial moving in aggressively, taking down Horde's offlaner, and getting the carry out thanks to the silence from Babyknight.
With a DD.
Poor old Steve.
He's just waiting for Steve to step a little bit too close.
Oh, that is definitely too close. Here comes Ace, Rise, Noir, and Babyknight, and the OD's down. Immediately removed, and Imperial now grouped up as 5. They may look to just try and take a tier 1 in the mid lane on top of that. As well. Down towards the bottom, we've got both Ake and Solitude. I mean, if you find one, great. If you find 2, even better. And there it is, the immediate jumping onto Solitude. The global silence comes out, but Solitude did actually get off the rage in time. Ake's going to be the first to fall, and now Solitude is going to try and get himself in the creep, but the gig is up. Do they have any detection, though? And it looks like a bit of a blunder from Imperial.
He's going to be able to walk it away, I think.
I don't think so. He's got a TP, but the flame break almost certainly going to be there. And Pablo, yeah.
No, he's dead.
2 deep behind enemy lines, and Imperial now pick themselves up a freebie for that one. And then immediately straight back towards the mid, in fact. Imperial to pieces, but they are again going to be fighting into the silence and such. It's actually going to be hestejoe getting the jump in. Global silence comes out. There will be an Astral in time to hold down the back, but Ace tries to come in looking for an Eclipse, but the Crusher and Kefka in the backup is going to mean that Luna can't get it off. They turn their attention towards Ake, but he himself managed to get himself far enough behind. Imperial not finding the jump in, and now they've got to be careful because Horde with the moonlight.
Yeah,
Kefka still with the blink. Let's see if they can get anyone on the stragglers of Imperial, and it's going to be eyes towards Noir, held in place by the Fortunes, and Kefka actually messing up the crush there. He tried to go for the blink, but the ignite was on him from Noir, so he doesn't find the opening. Now they'll look towards Ace. Ace popping the Eclipse. Solitude's raid's going to run out, but there's the blink crush. Kefka catches out Batrider. No one yet to die. Ake keeping Steve alive there with a false promise. He'll turn around, try to look for the Luna, but he's going to pop. The false promise ended up killing him at the end of it. He took too much damage. Kefka hits a nice crush, but he's all on his own. 4 dead on Horde. The Danes are doing it, and Solitude, he can't get himself.
You've also got the control from the Rubik and the Ogre as well, and Ake's in a lot of trouble.
He's being left behind. He'll pop the false promise, but there's no way that he can survive for the amount of damage that they've laid down. He's going to turn himself back in, hand himself over to the Danes. As Imperial get themselves another. Babyknight getting clever, and I guess once the Mirana has the axe, they've got a bit of a way of wave clearing it out. Let's have the jump in. Kefka looking for Noir. They're going to jump in immediately onto the Ogre, looking for the tankiest though. Will take it, but now the reinitiation, the lasso onto Xcalibur. Global comes out. That's going to be the OD down. The buyback immediately from Steve, trying to get himself stuck back in onto this one. Solitude coming a little bit too close for comfort. He has got the armlet toggle keeping him alive. Ake getting lifted up and brought down by the side of Imperial. 15-4. They'll take a very good trade once again, Imperial. They do lose an Ogre.
Out, you're fighting into Eclipse, and there's no BKBs on the side of them at the moment.
And
they're just way too poor.
The man that we're talking about immediately just controls Ake. There'll be the jump in for Kefka, looks to try and find something in return. Ake keeps himself alive with a false promise here.
Babyknight's dead.
Let's see if they can get a bit of a turnaround. Solitude working in onto the Batrider. They'll get the bash through for Slaughter. They've found 2, but Ake's going to drop, and well, Imperial still in a good position to fight. Ace, he's fully up. He'll get forced forward. The Crush did catch him out. The Sanity's being dropped. Ace is actually going to drop. This is exactly what Horde need, the turnaround fight. Now towards Rise. Solitude will focus onto the Rubik. The rest of them turn towards the Ogre. Horde, they're going to look to take the team right, and they're going to get it. This time, Horde, turn up, bring it back into the game, wiping Imperial.
Yeah. What a crush by Kefka that was. I mean, that absolutely turned the fight. Obviously, landing on the back rider, landing on the silencer as well. It managed to stop a lot of the damage going out onto Ake. He was able to keep himself for a little bit longer.
Look at that gold swing.
And it's a huge gold swing. They're nervous. They saw Solitude and Kefka actually run into the pit, so they realized that they're somewhere around. And Solitude's caught out.
Again from hestejoe-rotten, dragging Solitude in. He's all on his own. They're going to have to sack him. 55 seconds out, no buyback as well. That is a huge pick-off for Imperial to find. And again, it's this bat. It's influx,
of course, and also open up a bit more of the map as well. Pablo's actually jumped in down here.
He has. He's revealed himself. And again, look who it is. It's hestejoe-rotten on the bat.
Do they have
catching out Pablo. He's been dusted up. There's no way that Pablo gets himself out of this one, and Imperial club him down. As they do indeed get him. He did come across it looking for a bit of a creep skip. But it's
magical damage, aside from the OD ultimate.
Yeah. Bit of a jumping. Kefka looks for Babyknight. They want to get the silencer out of the fight. Immediately they're going to be able to do it. Babyknight's out. Xcalibur pots the BKB. Looking to chase around Noir. Ace coming out with the Eclipse, but Solitude, he's got a fair bit of health in the tank with the arm, and Ace is just going to be turned around upon. They're trying to bring him down. hestejoe's turned up. Ake, false promise. Onto Steve as he self-astrals himself as well, keeping himself alive. Pablo in with the Starstorm. Solitude trying to take down Rise, but it's going to be Solitude himself, amped up and brought down. Lifestealer out the fight for a full minute. Does have a buyback available, but hestejoe in with the lasso onto Xcalibur. Ake trying to keep him alive. The Astral again from Steve. Protects himself, and the buyback was used indeed from Solitude. He's got to look to try and fight something big out of this one. He's looking towards Ace. The global silence comes out. He purges it off with the diffuser blade, pops the rage, jumps down onto Luna. The Aegis is gone. They need to kill Ace a second time, though. They've used the buyback here. They've got to make it worth it. The arrow from Pablo,
nice
beautifully timed. It's a good multicast from Noir, but it's not going to be enough by the looks of it. Rise trying to do his best. He steals the crush. Hits a three-man crush there with the stolen one, but they're still losing heroes. That's down. Kefka jumps in again with the crush. Noir and Rise looking to chase him. Babyknight being focused by Solitude, and Babyknight's out. He did manage to get a double kill on the way down, bringing down Steve and Ake. Solitude, can he get himself out back to safety with Pablo? The sentry is there from Rise. He needs the mana. He pops the stick charges. He's got it, brings back Solitude, and that's a huge kill. Rise playing out of his mind there in that team fight, hitting the steals, and indeed, Solitude out for a full 70 seconds. Steve does have buyback available, so does Ake. But the mid-racks looking to be in dire straits as Ace pushes on forward.
Rise actually MVP of that fight, 100%. The steals that he was able to get, not only the crush, but also the actual amplified damage as well. And, well, Kefka, he's going to be able to see if he can look for a kill over here onto Yoga Magi.
Buyback's coming out. They know that they cannot afford to lose racks at this stage of the game. And they'll get Rise, and they'll get Noir as well. Horde picking up two. On the defensive, Ace will be able to get himself back to safety. But, yeah, the Horde can win a fight. But the Ace is a little risky. If the heroes start to go down, they don't have buybacks. It's going to be awful. Kefka jumps in, hits the two-man crush. Immediately, the silence comes out, the Eclipse. So he's going to be held in place, in fact, that they have managed to take down the Batrider. That's hestejoe-rotten hitting the sidelines. Solitude looks towards the Ogre Magi. They're going to be able to find themselves a second, a third, as well as Rise falls out as well. Only Ace and Babyknight left in, and Kefka continuing the momentum. Jumps in onto the silencer. Babyknight's down. Ace has to get himself back. And Horde hitting a great position now. They did lose Ake, but they not for BKB and Hurricane Pike, so he can react. Well, they may need to do that as they do make a jump onto him here, looking for the lasso. They're not going to get it as the Astral holds back hestejoe. Solitude, Pablo, Kefka looking to work on the backliners, making the jump onto Babyknight. They're going to lose Xcalibur though. Splitting up the fight here, Horde. It may just work out for them as they have found two. They need to find more with the crush from Kefka. They certainly will. They get themselves a third. It costs Steve's life, but at the end of the day, it kind of works out, especially they want to look for something else. Kefka, under the cover of moonlight, has the Lifestealer in him. There's been a buyback, and they want to punish it. Jumping in onto Babyknight. Babyknight's down. 75 seconds is gone. Ace puts the Manta Star. Lasso to Solitude, but there's the save from Ake. False promise to allow Solitude to back up.
They're going to go on the aggressive themselves.
Actually going to be Astral. A bit of a whiff there with the jump combo, but they'll look to turn towards Rise. There's the Aghanim's lasso in place, holding the two in position and allowing Ace to pummel into Kefka and Solitude. Kefka's out, and now they move forward. Solitude caught away from his team line, and they found it. The second kill, and hestejoe-rotten. That Axe purchase, as I explained. Good multicast onto Solitude. In fact, he's taking a hell of a lot of damage. He's got to be careful here. Ake does not have False Promise available. Still on cooldown, and hestejoe again
beautiful
with the Aghanim's lasso.
What a pickup that Aghanim's has been.
It could be, you could describe it as game-winning if Imperial allowed to tip it over the edge here. But that has really helped just break this stale portion of the game up and really caught Horde off guard twice in a row. Horde, we've got Kefka readying up. A good three-man crush. They're going to look to finally jump in. Sandy's going to get laid down. Doesn't do an insane amount of damage. It'll be enough to take the Ogre out. Pablo jumps forward, looking towards the bat. Bats out of this one. Babyknight from the silence, trying to turn around with the Glaze, doing a hell of a lot. And Pablo couldn't find himself anything more. There's going to be 2 buybacks. Only Ake to be on the side at the moment. Ace, Babyknight still sticking around. Kefka jumps in, hits the crush, but Ace, he's still pummeling back in with insane amounts of DPS. Xcalibur, he forces himself down. Let's see if they can get themselves away. The Linkers have been popped there. The buyback came available just in time for Kefka. Full fight back on. They'll look towards the Ogre Magi. The bash from Solitude. That's one down. He played onto Ace. Immediately mantering it off, trying to get himself back. But Kefka jumps in, hits the crush. Again, the 2-man lasso is going to be Astral, but the lasso persists through it whilst he's in another dimension. It doesn't seem to matter though, because this time it's Horde hitting back. They've taken down 3. This is risky for Imperial. We saw that they expect a lot of buybacks. The arrow from Pablo. It catches Babyknight. The sentries drop. They've got the vision silencers out as well. 4 down, maybe even more. Rise still caught in the midst of it all. It's going to be a team wipe. Horde knocking down Imperial. And Imperial, as we saw, they went all in. About how they go about these next few minutes of play. In fact, well, I say that Kefka's actually hit a beautiful 2-man crush. But again, this double-man lasso dragging Kefka up to the high ground. They need to get Ace in with the damage. Here comes the Luna heading across. They've managed to catch 2 of them up on the top. Kefka and Solitude being focused, fired down by Babyknight's Glaives of Wisdom. Solitude to fall as well. That's 3 hitting the deck for Horde. Imperial keep them all alive, and again, I think you made this one out. The stolen crush from Rise holding him in place. They'll look for the lead power, but BKB is still on cooldown. Pablo in a lot of trouble here, and he's going to be down. He's out. No buyback. Oh, sorry, he has got the buyback. It must have just come back available. He will use it, but the rest of the team of Horde.
Oracle dead as well now.
Oh,
and Excalibur's stayed in the mid lane, but
Ace.
Imperial don't care. They're like,
for the base.
What are you going to do? You're an OD. You can't exactly bring down the racks and base racers, and he's going to have to TP back.
He's got to do something big. He's trying to go for Babyknight, but the BKB comes out. They'll turn towards Kefka. BKB from Ace and Horde being forced to split. They've got to run themselves away from this Luna. Ace just forcing the side back. Telekinesis from Rise holds Pablo in place, keeping himself alive with the E-Blade, but it doesn't matter. He gets nuked down. He's out for a full 110 seconds. And Kefka to drop as well in the side. They have Steve and Solitude alive, but they've got to deal with a full 5-man of Imperial. Let's see what they can do. The multicast come through. Xcalibur trying to look towards the bat, but it's all over this game 1 for Horde. GG is called. Imperial take the lead at the start of the best of 3.